Oh, hello. Oh, you're on mute. Hello.
Yeesh.
Ah,
Back to back. How many has it been today?
back to
Just
back.
the same.
You should see my calendar. I need to change it. I got now three back-to-back meetings, 4 days in a row. I need to work that out seriously.
Yep, she's very crazy. I tell you.
It's not.
Gotta have it.
Hey, Lenice, that stuff you put up for the music thing, that's excellent, man.
Yeah, it's
And
very
that
cool.
that
Yeah.
that that will engage more attention on the music video as well. Anything to do with voting is really popular, so that should give us quite a good uptake and some attention, hopefully, that we really want on that area.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
cool.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping. It was worked, but I got all of the links to connect back to your web main site. And so hopefully you'll get people there. And I'm working on a video too, like putting a bunch of the clips together
All
Oh,
right, cool.
amazing.
that
Excellent.
you can play that. Because that's what I originally said I would do. So I was like, I did say this. So let me actually
Yeah.
do something.
Nice. I love
Yeah.
it. Wayne was like, has she already put that in her whole website? How did she build that? What else? I was like, magic. I was like,
That was work. That took me a long time. That was a lot. But
oh, it's
yeah,
amazing.
I'm happy with it. That's why I haven't done any courses yet. And I want to make sure I have the course done before I say I'm gonna do it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
working.
So cool.
no,
Appreciate that.
that's
It's very
that's
awesome.
that's cool. Cool, Elise. You're
Yeah.
doing amazing, man. I'm
Yeah.
impressed. I'm very impressed.
Trying.
You're very clever. He's just like, why doesn't everyone work as fast as Lenny's and build cool shit like she does? Like, well, come on. Like, what? It's just,
Yeah, I started because it was play at first. That's the thing I want to teach about. Like you gotta make it fun. You can't stress too much. I'm reading a book right now called Ultra Learning.
Oh yeah.
And it's like when you put your focus in something and you really, really learn it like in a short amount of time. So I'm like, this is what I need to do so that I can really hone in on some of these skills. So it's a pretty decent book, about halfway done.
that's very cool. I know the full focus thing, like you'll get like channeled focus, one thing, you'd get way faster than five things all at once. It just,
Hmm.
it's proven it really doesn't work, even though we try. I I think you were there for yesterday's discussion, weren't you? When we were talking all about burnout and multitasking is just a
Oh
sham, and
yeah.
it's just
Yeah. I
yeah.
used to think that was the thing too. I remember when I thought that was what you're supposed to do was multitask, and then learning also, no, that's crap. You don't need to do that.
It does, eh? They sell us all that multitasking, efficiency, productivity at work, go, go, go. You're like, no, it's on a lie.
It's a
Yeah.
lie.
That's a cool.
Absolutely a lie.
Right.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, well, the corporates do it because
Cool.
they treat us like slaves, and the head of their departments make all the money. And even though they might be paying us, say, 120,000 salary in New Zealand, on the scheme of things, that's actually peanuts based on, like my son who works for PricewaterhouseCoopers, he just got a salary pay rise and he's 24 and he's on 100K. So for 24, it's an amazing amount. But his company is what they're using him for, the amount of money they're making because of where his skills are is but he knows because I educated my son, so he's using them in a way to leapfrog, but
Mhm.
but most people, they get in there and they just stay there and they stay on their 100 or 120 salary for their whole life.
Yeah.
Lots of people are happy with that. But yeah, when you're like, we had a big discussion yesterday when we were really reiterate the whole thing again. But when you're by yourself as solopreneur, the amount of things you have to do now
Oh yeah, it's
is
crazy.
crazy. But yeah, no, that's really cool. Since it's just us, is there anything else that you need? Like I know we're working on the videos. I got to get them all uploaded to YouTube and get you the links. That's like today's job. I've got lots of jobs today to get you that so we can finalize it. We've seen the draft of the marketing campaign. I saw your reply email. That was very valid points, and we'll work out how we integrate that and update it and get everything ready to promote this as soon as we
Do
can.
you want me to do it where it's every day? Because that's some work I got to do on the back end to make it work. Or do you want to keep it like one vote and you're done? Because I'm feeling like if you can come back every day, you'll get more attention.
What do
Yes,
you think?
yes, no, yes, no,
Yeah.
Elise. Now, I've been thinking about that as well. So we want as much attention on that video as we can get, okay, based on that. Hopefully, we get other uptake. I'm looking at a financial potential uptake if we can get a lot of attention on that video. So I think if we can do it like every day and allow people to have multiple vote, if we can, like I don't want to put too much workload on everyone, but I think because right now I think personally I believe that video is going to give the company a major boost. Actually, that particular campaign is going to give the company a major boost. And right now, with everything going on, because I'm looking for finances, of course, with everything going on, that boost timing is very good for that to come out. It's funny, we thought we should have done it before, but the timing right now is actually better to actually put it out right now when our attention, because we had a negative attack on us a little while ago, so that's mellowed off. So now it's a really good time because we have a lot of positive stuff coming in all of a sudden. It's a very good time to launch that. And with us doing a few multi-launches as well with other things, because I believe in socials that you should launch up to half a dozen things at the same time, not
Oh,
one thing. Uh,
that's a
yeah,
lot.
yeah, I know. It's like people, you blanket socials to a certain extent. If you do too much, obviously you upset people. But if you do it to the fine amount, it creates that viral attention effect that we're looking for. Because I'm really hoping that music video goes more viral than it has. So this now
This will
campaign
really give it
hopefully
a
will
push.
upgrade that next level of viral attention that we're
Yeah.
looking for. Okay. And then
That's my point too. If it's like vote every day, the people who want their votes, they'll put that on their social media. Vote every day. Go here to vote. Go here to vote. The share
yeah,
button works, so all that stuff will bring people back. That's
yes,
the intention.
yeah, and that return stuff is good for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we agree, and I think for a short burst for a week or two, like every day, like a little mini campaign, go hard every day. That would be really cool. Any longer than that, and you would have kind of audience fatigue. But the balance of like a short, sharp burst of like everyday activity, go hard. That I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
It's like a mini campaign, so I think that's cool. Hopefully
If
that
we could possibly also reach out to the participants and tell them exactly like, yo, we really want your vote. Your video is great. Like, let's get these votes out. Make sure you're telling people, like, just to encourage them to put it on their social media and tell their friends. Their friends will see it. Like, I think that's how you get people. But if we're just relying on us doing it, I think it's not going to go as far. But people need that encouragement. Oh, yeah, I can tell my family to vote for me. Oh, yeah, let me put it on my social media.
vote for me. Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Okay,
for
vote for
me.
me campaign. Yep, campaign.
Yeah, I
Tell
think they need that little bit of extra will help.
them to share on their socials. Yeah, absolutely. Hello. Hi. How are you? Wayne's here. Can you duck in to the camera and say hello as well?
You
Hi,
took a little
hello. Nice to see you. Hi.
Have you two met each other? Did you meet the other day when you came on?
I think we've had a couple meetings together. I don't know how much we've
Yes,
You have,
spoken.
babe. Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
we did.
cool. No, I just want to make sure you have both.
I like your glasses.
I was on previous meeting and was just listening because I'm so behind whatever's going on, so I just try to listen.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
That's
That's cool. I
Yeah.
mean, because you have quite a bit to put forward, particularly with your with your education side as we develop our education modeling in Thailand. There'll be a lot more information that I exchange with you over the next month or so. This marketing campaign is a pre-launch what they're doing at the moment into the Thai market as a beta test for us to set up our physical education hub on the ground in the environment. So it's sort of testing the market, basically, feeling what areas of the market are in high need, what areas of AI are needed, and stuff like that. So over the next 2 or 3 months, as we launch online courses inside their environment, we will start to get a better understanding of their entire environment. We have a reasonably good understanding, and we are negotiating with the education ministry in Thailand as well at the moment, but they need to see us deploying some things. Because just talking without seeing anything, only goes so far. So it's about us putting some things in. That's why what Raquel was saying, that we also need to make sure the courses are to the standard we want, regardless of who the companies are or who the people are. And so that's one of the committees that yourself and Lenice will be overseeing some of that to make sure these courses are definitely up to standard, particularly if it's primary or secondary school education focus. Obviously, that's quite particular for, what's needed in that environment. I know our people on the ground in Thailand are pretty excited about this, and they are well connected, and they do have big networks on the ground in the country. So, it's just a matter of getting some live stuff in there, because a lot of our people in Thailand are not AI guys. Okay, they work with me in commodity trade, engineering, so that they're also in the learning phase to understand, even in their own environments, what AI benefits. I know Nat's been learning, and Amanda's been talking to her a lot. She's been learning a lot over the last 6 months, and so she's been starting to use AI in her entire network and what she does, because she's a financial advisor basically for the Bangkok Bank, and her uncle was the financial advisor for the King of Thailand. And so they're starting to slowly introduce AI as part of that financial advising modeling, but that's at the upper level of Thai society. But that's the attention we get when we move into the marketplace, because we're not targeting the upper level, we're targeting the middle. But obviously the upper level will be looking at us and seeing how we develop into that environment and how stable we are in that environment. And that will then engage, particularly with the Education Ministry of Thailand has a lot of money to put forward for investment in their public schooling system. I think they just allotted, I don't know, couple hundred million or whatever they allotted towards education initiatives. And obviously inside the country, there's not that many. So there's not, we know 4 trained PhD professors in Thailand that are quite well trained in AI, but there's not a lot. Okay, you're not looking at like hundreds of them. There's just not that. And so, it's a matter of what outside players. And I know a number of big organizations, the Chinese have been trying to push into their marketplace, but the Chinese are not very favorable. And also, funny enough, at the moment, the US is actually not as favorable as a direct launch from a US-based company into their environment. It's a bit like New Zealand and Australia are probably number 1 and 2 for Thai Focus as high credibility, okay, in their environment. And a lot of Southeast Asia has the same thing. New Zealand and Australia seems to be becoming more dominant as accredited countries. So if you have a New Zealand or Australian-based company, and we're both New Zealand and Australian and Thai-based, so it gives us that credibility. But having Americans with us also is powerful, because not as American front company, but as Americans with us inside our mix, also has its own upsell for us as well in the environment. And it's really great because we're so multicultural as a company. We're probably one of the only companies with the level of multicultural
that we've seen
at the moment that we've seen. I mean, not saying there aren't others, but a lot of them is more focused on, I know Founders is Spanish focused.
And they're all European, they're all in Europe and focus, and everyone else is either in America or they're very region specific organizations, but ours is the most geographically and diverse
and
of
diverse
people and regions in the world, which is really cool.
So as we get a footprint, that will just expand to 20 footprint. So right now, what our main goal is to get the first major footprint to the best of our ability seen on the ground by the end of this year. Okay, because then when we go into 2026, that footprint's only going to grow, and then we'll be looking at, because at the moment we're putting up for an investor for $6 million US for the Thai hub construction, and under Thai law, under the BII that we're currently applying for, we get 13 years zero tax rated. So effectively, there'll be no corporate tax charged to our company for 13 years inside the Thai environment, and also we'll be also inside a free trade zone.
Wow.
And what we do need from you guys is, if you want to come to Thailand, okay, and do some physical stuff, as we're applying for the BI now, we need to put in your CVs and information about you guys into the program now. Now, it doesn't matter if you choose to come or not in the future. If we put it in now, it'll be easy for us to get working visas and other things for you really instantly. Because under the application process, the more people we list in that process, if they come or not, that's not. But it means we can then make sure that if you do come for a month or 2 or things like that, you're well catered for in the country, and you can be paid in open bank accounts and things like that. There's quite a few advantages us putting you in now, because if you want to use that later on and have a bank account there rather than the US and things like that, all of this has availability. So we're asking most of our people at the moment if they do want to or feel they might end up coming to Thailand next year and things like that, to actually put forward at the moment your qualifications, your CV and stuff like that to us, so that we can put it into our application with the Business Overseas Investment Act of Thailand. Because they support, so because there's two ways. If you do the Business Overseas Act, and you can get multiple visas, but if you go and try and after the fact get a visa from the employment ministry, it's it's pretty seriously major, and it can take months and lots of bureaucracy. Where if you do it this way, it's instant. As soon as you say, okay, Love Miller, you're going to come and train for 2 months in our education facility, then it's instant. Within a week, you'll be allotted that time frame, and then can be physically paid in country or out of country if you want to be paid, obviously back into your US bank accounts. That's fine, but it gives you some options.
Okay. So just submit our CV, or do you need anything else? No application? Just
Yeah, mostly your CV or any qualifications you have. So obviously any qualifications you have. Qualifications are quite powerful and Thais look at qualifications as a very powerful part of the application. So obviously life experience. So the application has 3 areas. It has, actual PhDs, masters, whatever. Okay. Then it has another area for, let's say, education, like community college education and stuff like that. Then it has another area for life education, so that if you've had, your experience has been built up over 20 years as whatever you're doing. So there's 3 areas that go into the application. Obviously, PhDs and stuff like that and masters, obviously, they look at those, and we have been trying to get a few people with masters and PhDs as part of our group, just based on that gives a lot of credibility. Okay, then the rest move through. Amanda's got a master's in business, so basically she'll be putting that forward. I've got a degree in metaphysics, but it's not really relevant. It's not overly relevant for education, possibly, but for the overall structure. But then my business career is that takes up the slack rather than my education side of things.
Did you guys have any questions or thoughts or anything from the last couple of meetings?
I'm actually going to go. Lovely to
yeah.
talk to you guys. I need to go and do some other stuff.
Or maybe we would just talk about if there's anything coming up for you, or just a community generally, how you're going, what you're building, anything fun, anything you want to talk about. Honestly, yeah, open floor for you guys.
I have 2 conferences coming, one on 27 for the whole city where I live, I have to present, and another one for the whole state of Texas Education Department. I will be presenting our college as well, and I would like to speak on ethic and governance.
Wow, amazing. That'd be amazing. Are they like a sort of hour-long kind of big talks or presentation kind of style?
One for city, it's even almost 2 hours long, and I have to figure out what I have to speak for 2 hours. But another one, exactly 1 hour, because it's so many from all colleges and universities of state of Texas.
Wow. Amazing. So a big audience. And you've probably got a lot. You just have to kind of put together a deck of things to talk about, I guess, but you've got a lot that I'm sure you'll
Yeah, I have a little experience going, but still worry. But it's not like my first one or something.
Well,
I'm
making
excited.
classes here is practice. This is practice. You get, so you'll be ready.
Right.
That's right. Oh, that will be really exciting. What did you say? The 27th?
27 for the city of where I live, city of McAllen. And from 6 to 8, we have this big giant in San Antonio, Texas, for some educational, forgot the name,
Mm.
because it goes through abbreviation.
Yeah. Oh, all the best for those. I know you'll be amazing. That's very
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you.
Have you kind of sort of opened your computer up again and kind of got back into work or doing things or kind of found your feet again or probably just getting back into work, eh?
Just setting up all the classes,
Okay.
and also going to teach for faculties and for public as well, but through college programs.
Right, cool. Yeah. What was I going to add?
Also, colleges not really AIing, so-called. Instructors knows only one thing about AI: student cheating. That's it. That's it. I thought they're going to have the whole summer, maybe just take maybe some courses on Coursera or something like that. No, as soon as you start talking and they are cheating, this is a whole conversation about AI that everyone can hold for some. Otherwise, zero knowledge, zero, nothing, just nothing positive at all. By the way, nothing positive.
Yeah.
Only how they hate it and how students going to cheat. That's it.
My dad is a professor at UNC Chapel Hill, and he asked me this year, he's like, how do I make PowerPoints quickly? So he's asking, but he's done it because it's me. And I think I taught my sister teaches at Duke. And so I did a class for her, like how to use, so she was teaching R, like that data science class. I was like, how to use AI for that. So because they're related to me, they're bringing it in. And I'm trying to get my dad to use it to teach his, like to grade his papers because he does journalism. So I'm like, stop reading all these papers. Like, yes, all these papers all the time. Like, there's got to be a way where you can develop a rubric, like scan it through somehow to make it easier. So there's so many ways that they can use it if they choose to, like especially PowerPoints, doing just Gamma, using Gamma really quickly, but it saved my dad so much time. Like simple things can make it so easy. Yeah.
That's what I love about it, like a simple way that they can use it, right? Like even when I talked to my grandma and her friends and their minds were blowing like what ChatGPT could do or how to help them, and they just once their mind wrapped around like how to even talk to it and use it, they're just like, oh my God, oh my God, the options, the possibilities. But there is a lot of like the fear and the emptiness and the like not awareness of like how it can help them. Even my friends who's a mom and she's like, so what's this AI thing? Why would it help me? And I was like, well, for a start, you're a busy mum. How about just delegating some of the emails and mental load? Like, and when I talked to her, she's like, oh, like I get it. That's so good. Okay, I'll look at it. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. But they're just wrapping their heads around it that when we are so in the space and we're already like, let's go, let's learn, let's build, let's learn, and the people are just like stepping right back and going, no, I don't think I can touch this. Like, I don't even understand it, which kind of boggles my mind. That's where the people are at. But I love that you're like bringing in like simple use cases, like, hey, you can just do this, and they go, oh my God, that's amazing. Like, yeah, there must be an automated scanning, like pictures, articles. There must be a way to like do that really quickly. And people, yeah, seriously, because I know a lot of people sit there and at my last work, and their job was to get all the newspaper articles and clippings and compile them, the software read and do, and all these kind of journaly jobs. They're quite like long-winded. I'm sure they can automate some of that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be something. And their students are learning and doing it. So you have to keep up with what the students are doing and find ways to help them do it quicker and easier. So
yeah. When
that's
oh no, I love that. I was thinking when I mentor every semester at the AUT University, and I get a group or two of students that I help, and every semester, like in the last year or two, I talk to them about AI, and none of them are using it. And they're like, oh yeah, someone talked about AI in one course, and I was like, you guys are marketing students and you're not getting into AI. And I was just like, what? And so I sit there and spend half my mentor session like talking to them about AI, and they're just like, oh my God, what? And that really surprises me. This is a progressive university in New Zealand that's a tech uni, and I really think they would have more going by now. The other day, I messaged them and said, would you guys have any interest in an AI workshop? And a lecturer came back and said, yep, I'm actually doing a little session. Half my class is on AI and integrating that. And I was like, brilliant. So she sounds like she's all over it, but that's one little pocket. Like it's not widespread. Like obviously you guys unis in America are a bit more all over it, but I'm surprised that it's just not more widespread at a uni level even. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even for lecturers, if I was a lecturer, like you probably would, like you'd want to help the students navigate it. You want to be aware of it so that you know, like, what is plagiarism? How are the students using it smartly for your research? Or like, I know that some schools in New Zealand, they had a rule they were only allowed to use it just for like research, but not writing. So they have to sit there and write the content themselves. They can't cheat in that way, but they can use it for like quicker research processes or something like that. And I thought, okay, they've got some guidelines and boundaries. It's sensible, but they're trying to help the kids use it, but not do all their work for them. And I was like, that's fair, but at least they're helping them navigate it at a basic
Correct.
level, you know.
And unfortunately, the educational system going to change over the next couple years, and every instructor they better rethink, recreate, remake, redo all the assignments also around. All the assignments may never work again. I mean, because of the era of AI. So it's better just recreate something or think differently or make another.
True, yeah, it's massive, isn't it? And one thing while we're on the topic is someone said maybe we have to go back to in-classroom assessments in front of the tutor so that you're doing it live. So it's based on your learning and your knowledge and you're displaying what you know in the classroom. So you're not going home and copy and pasting shit off the robot and coming back to class with the assignment. Like anyone can do that. So yeah, you're right. The whole model has to change.
That's so weird, but I'm still thinking about how things are like you got glasses now that are AI, you got the watches, you could still like this all the smart things. So it's still like you can't take my glasses off or my watch off. Like, what are you really gonna do? Like, I don't know.
True. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have a question. What platform we maybe have to look for, study how it's work around? Where do you think we're going to host all our classes?
Go High Level is looking like the one that we will use.
Okay.
So, and we're asking all the tutors if they want to log into Go High Level, if they're familiar with it, they can load their own content, but otherwise I'll facilitate that. It's pretty easy. It's literally like just upload, drop video, drop text. Pretty straightforward. So that's the platform we'll go with. It operates essentially, it looks just like school in the back end, honestly, just a row of courses and video and text and stuff like that. So we like to, if that's what your question about the platform, basically between school and Go High Level is where the hubs of everything will be. And really, when it comes to the courses, you guys will know better than me, but I like the chunking it down into like modules and little lessons and little like little pieces. So it's really digestible. And it's sort of set up in a way, just like school, you'll see that there's like a, this lesson and there's 6 little breakdowns within that section and then the next section.
Right.
Breakdowns. So thinking about it like that in a logical order, and then in each section you've got room for a video or some pictures and some words. So just like you do a little lesson plan, or here's this part of the lesson, here's a video, here's the visuals, here's the words to talk about those visuals. Really, it's pretty basic, and then we just piece those together and put them into the platform lesson by
I will
lesson.
check.
So it really fundamental. I'm starting with just like I've got a lot of text content and pictures and things like that I'm going to load, and then I have to film some videos to support that because people all tell me they like watching videos. So, but other people have a lot of videos, and then we just need to wrap some text around it. Yeah, I've got this funny thing. I like reading all my content, so I'm very much a reader, but other people like that video content. So a bit of both is really good.
Right.
Does that help?
Also will be helpful. Look on other platform what kind of courses really in demand. So maybe plus minus develop something the same.
Yeah,
Like
and you can like I know if anyone wants to check, you know, the Coursera, Udemy, Thinkific, I know all the courses pretty much the fundamental stuff seems to be covered, like Canva for marketing, ChatGPT, prompt engineering, generative AI, AI fundamentals, and a huge area is automations, how to build agents, what's automation, how to build workflows in Native, and like all these fundamental pieces. It's like so obvious that it's crazy. That's what I'm seeing everywhere, and everyone's asking for. Um, but yeah, if any of you want to do some deeper research, and see what's out there. People are also asking like how the overlooked area of sales and marketing, like and how AI supports that. And as I was saying in the last meeting, people are still like, oh, how do I market myself online? How do I do lead gen and get clients? Oh, this fundamental stuff is still being asked. But what I'm trying to do is put an AI spin on it. So it's like, how does an AI tool help you automate your lead gen? And things like that. Like, how do we get a little bit smarter about it? Um, yeah. And then we get into the existential debate where I said to Wayne last night, like if I'm paying, you can pay $3 and you get 1,000 leads on this one website. And they said, well, they might not be verified. They might be real shit leads, but you get 1,000 of them. So like, and then good luck. So I was like, where do we get to a point where everyone is AI automation, scraping thousands of leads for less than $12, firing out cold DMs via robot to their robot to then respond to your robot to like, where does it become so like, you know, we're trying to automate everything, but then we lose the heart of it in the personal connection. And it's at such a scale where we're all just trying to get clients to make money and do more leads. But I was like, and what are we losing in that process? And I'm just so torn about that. But I know that that's what people want, the scale. They want the automation. They want it fast. They want more leads.
Supposed
So
to be organic, really organic transformation between
oh,
automation and still human effort.
yes, beautifully said. So I think the human-driven AI and fundamentally the pieces that Lenise has been talking about is the ethics, the compassion, the human-driven aspects of keeping our humanity behind the tools at all time is fundamental. And I think people get caught up in the tools and the shiny things, but it's like actually the human behind it all is so important. And we have the courses around the governance, the ethics, the all of those wraparound layers that we've spoken about before, that I don't see others doing that.
Right.
So we want to keep the humanity front and center. It's a really good point, that we're trying to cover all of these things off.
Because I
Yeah.
know there's these people on LinkedIn who got it down, but as far as they've got it down is they'll have the posts go out, but then he'll have his V and he'll say they'll have people, like post like a code or something or prompt, and then his VA will still have to go through every single thing and then give an alternative answer to everyone. So she's using like one of 4 or 5 answers every person. You can see it's like so it doesn't look like it was like a bot. And it doesn't look like she's just copy and paste, because I think that LinkedIn would like see that, okay, this was just automatically answered, and there was like, and then every once in a while he does like a post where he's asking people to write their opinions, so it doesn't look like it's all the time just copy paste. And then but then after that it's like he sends you to a workshop where he actually does like do the getting to know you bit. But yeah, it's just like there's like no getting to know you on LinkedIn. It's like getting you off there as quickly as possible.
And that's a good example. And I think Deanna said that to me yesterday. She found a lady who was sort of automating it, but it was a really personalized DM, but sort of automated, but it was still really personal, or automating part of it and then putting the human in the process. And so you got the human touch was still really nice. Because I think
Yeah, like with Apollo, that's like much better because you're actually trying to have like a conversation first with them, than just telling them, okay, give me your email address and I'll send you my newsletter, and then he'll join this webinar this week, and then they'll get to know you somehow on the call.
Yeah. But I'd love to know how I sort of join different people on Instagram and LinkedIn and see how they're doing it, and I'll kind of join their offer, and then I know it's an instant message because there's no way that we're awake in New Zealand time and they've just pinged me right that instant with a perfect message. So I know it's automated, but it's so smart and personal. And I was like, what tool is that? That they've written it tailored to what I do, and they're like, oh, loving what you're doing, this is really cool, check this out. And it sounds so good, but I was like, oh, I know that was too fast for you to have written that manually. So I know it's all automated, but it felt really personal, and I was like, and I want to replicate that. But maybe it's ManyChat or whatever, an Instagram or whatever. We just need a ManyChat, and automate some of these things. But I think it's a nice touch. At the moment, everything I do is so manual, and it's like, oh, so and so is waiting for your message in LinkedIn. I was like, yeah, I know, I'm trying to get to it, and I'm like, oh my God, we need to automate some of this stuff because just for the customer service perspective, I like to stay on top of everything, and it's a lot. And there was a tool, what was it called? Oh my God, the name's always blank me, but I think it starts with K, and it goes, you plug it into your Gmail or your email account, and it reads them all and drafts your emails for you. It reads the whole thread, just like ChatGPT would, automatically drafts them, and then our partner uses it, and he said it just gets smarter and smarter, and so he can check the draft, make it personal, and then just push send. I was like, oh fuck, that would save so much time. But it's like me taking the whole email thread, putting it in ChatGPT, going, oh, refine that. What are we really doing here? What is this? What is that? If I need to check something or it's got a complex data, I need to make sure I don't miss anything. Instead of doing all that shit, it's like, oh, it's read the whole thread and just spat you out a draft immediately. And I've forgotten what that's called, but I'm going to try and find it for you guys. But
I mean,
yeah. Eh?
you can just make that in N8N, to do that for you. I don't know what that one is, but that's like a simple bullet, rewrite it, pick your things, specify how you want it to talk like you, and then you spit it right back out. But you had to keep that human in the loop so you can check it and make sure you like what it says, and then send it out. Give that just yes, no. But that's a quick N8N system.
Yeah, so you
Monica.
can also do that. You can totally
Yeah.
also do that. I'm trying to remember the software because it was just really smart, and it was like built like just for like automatically plug and play that software, and away it goes. And I was like, oh, that's very smart. But yeah, you can build workflows and things like that as well. But yeah, and then we get torn between like how many subscriptions we need to pay for, and then you're paying all these subscriptions, and your money and your attention just gets more and more diluted, and and then there's a lot, and everything's a subscription and everything's more money. So always looking for ways to like help people make it really effective and affordable, so we're not having 50 subscriptions at $20 to $50 a month. That's going to like add up. For some of our emerging countries, they're like, I've got $2, $20, $5. Like, what can I do with that? So it's always like trying to find ways that we're not subscribing to everything that we see, because I know that's not for everyone. It's not always possible, and we're not always on a corporate budget where corporates are like, yeah, get all the software you need. So yeah, again, I'm really like, I love it all, but then I'm like torn on the other side, like where does it end and how many subscriptions do we need? It's just
Yeah.
never ending. But
I
I
think
get
if we do the MCPs, and maybe we can get MCPs locally, like at different countries at the hubs, so that you don't
Yeah.
have to pay for that. And that way you don't have to get all these extra subscriptions. You just have it locally. And I think that's really better because you're not putting your personal information out to everyone anymore. You kind of can keep that stuff personal. I
Yeah.
don't know yet,
Much
but I'm
better.
sure I'll figure it out in a couple days.
Yeah, no, that's definitely much better if you can like download and then like maybe download Claude or like to your desktop and then try, yeah, exactly. And then I think there's Olama and then a couple of others. If you can like do everything like on your computer, and then yeah, it's much better
And
than
then,
having to
yeah,
like
then you're not paying
parse
anymore.
things
No
through.
more. Yeah. So that's a boop boop.
interesting.
If not, yeah, so that would be like for automation wise. at least, yeah, at least things are not so bad for people using Copilot anymore.
Mhm.
They have ChatGPT 5 now, and it's not so, they're not getting left behind by everybody else. But yeah,
True,
um,
true.
no, there are definitely ways to save on like having yeah, loads everywhere.
Mm. So Claude is one. Do all the main software do that, or there's just some obviously that do offer
Uh,
that?
I think most of them now you can do an MCP with.
Because
I think
Claude like invented like MCPs,
no,
so
no,
but
no.
everybody like
MCP.
is now like yeah the MCP technology, but everybody like copied it because it's like really good. And so yeah, and they're like using it for doing, but like it's like lots of people have taken it up as using it. So like ChatGPT also uses it as a different way of connecting instead of like the API.
Yeah, so you don't have to do this. That's like the best way. I think Monica's done it before. I haven't yet. Um, but once you have it on your computer, it's just a much easier way. I think you 11 Labs, I think you can put 11 Labs on your computer because I know it saves your content when you put stuff out there too. So all these things are saving your information.
Mhm.
So I like it better to be on your personal computer.
So, have a look
Yeah.
at that. Is that like Stable Diffusion? You mean like when you install it on like your like local desktop and you have it locally
Similar.
similar? Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But they connect and talk to each other, so you can have many different AIs communicating with each other with MCPs. Like you get multiple ones, and you can work the workflows out. It's great when you do it. Have you heard of MCPs before? I feel like
I
is this the
really,
first time you've heard it?
I really haven't like explored this. I feel so dumb right now.
That's
No, no,
okay.
you shouldn't. It's like a techie behind the
Mm.
scenes thing. If you weren't like looking at like the wars between OpenAI and Claude and like seeing who's, anyway, vouching well, hoping people like OpenAI doesn't win, like you wouldn't be interested in this type of thing anyway. As long as the thing works for you, it's like don't worry. I have well, I'm not gonna say beef, but anyway, I'm invested in watching out the tech wars and seeing who wins and hoping for certain people not to win. But yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, I've like definitely heard about it, but I certainly don't play in this
Yeah,
space. So I like really my lens is not on this, but I'm like, I should probably
yeah.
read some more about this. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was just figuring out, automations and workflows and Nathan and stuff like that. And I thought that's pretty good, but like in my little amount of time, my brain probably just can't also absorb
There's so much.
all
It
this
really is.
stuff too. Oh my God.
yeah.
Yeah. But that no, that is very interesting though. Um, what else was I gonna say? How I had some tools pinned in my browser that I was gonna share. And while we're talking about tools and not using tools, but there we do have tools that we love, obviously, and they're really cool. What I'm thinking, I pinned them in my browser. I was just trying to find them, you guys. If any of you, I don't know if it works for your time zone, but Al Wong was running that AEO workshop in school. And we've had a couple of sessions. I think she's doing a few more, just about how, like SEO, but basically AI-driven SEO and how to make sure that your business is appearing in ChatGPT and things like that, and just optimizing your business for search as it is now with new search. So the good thing is that when I did some testing and we searched Shares AI in ChatGPT and Claude and stuff like that, it actually is giving us the data that we want it to. It's really up to date and it's accurate, and that was really cool. So it's been a good exercise, and just to look at um, still the old SEO principles apply, with like having FAQs on your website, having good schema markups and good like SEO content on your website, because everything's still crawling there. But with the addition of thinking about where a lot of the models obviously scrape Reddit and all these other forums for a lot of data. So she's like, well, think about how as a business you go into different places like school and Reddit and interact with people and feed data into that for it to find and search and then feed the search engine. Um, so that's been a good exercise to kind of look at. And then not underestimating your like Google business listing. And she said also Bing business listing because that's what it scrapes as well. So making sure that your business is listed online. And she as AI hasn't really been. I need to update ours because we're a little bit under the I haven't seen the need, but she's actually made a really good point to actually have your business listed and clearly and put the details populated everywhere. And then you guys will know she ran us through looking at your website performance, which I haven't done for a while. And so I ran it through that page speed website from Google and actually had a good SEO, good accessibility and all the rest, but the performance was slow because of all the imagery, I think. But again, knowing that performances are going to affect how you're appearing online and Google and things like that. So that's been my homework for the week is just optimizing our SEO and looking at you guys know the tools like answerthepublic.com and finding out what questions people ask so that then as a business you know what are the main challenges that people have with AI, what are they asking? And it was really like, oh, I think AI is too hard. How can I implement it? And where do I even start? Like fundamentally was the main question. So I was like, cool, how do I make sure that we're putting content to answer those questions that's in our blog, on our website, or that my social media posts are kind of infused with this messaging because that's what people are asking. So it also helps deliver questions that people want, that they're looking for. So it was just a good check. I know that's all common sense, but to go back and do that research and making sure what's listed online is in line, it's clear, and that we've got good content that people are looking for. Because there's nothing worse than we've got like a fancy post about fashion and everyone's like, I don't give a shit, like tell me about automations, which is what I'm trying to do. We want real sensible shit that's actually impactful and going to help people. So that's been my thing for the week, and looking at Google's AI Studio and Gemini and playing with that a little bit more, which I'm sure you guys are all over. But I was just having another look at that. And Nat in Thailand is using that quite a bit. So she found that actually really effective versus ChatGPT. So I thought that was interesting as well. And then, of course, I went into Storybook, and I think one of you guys told me about Storybook, and then went and made a little storybook for my daughter. It was very cute. Yeah, so it was so awesome. And I shared that with her. She sat there and watched it 5 times and went, oh, like me on the Liberty. And she said, oh, look at this. And it was really cute. And she loved it. And it's like, oh my God, that's so cool. So that's been what I've done this week. And I just like to share, like, I am doing things in the background and what we're looking at different tools and little fun things where it's relevant. I've got to have like a need and then I'd like go and build something. But I thought that was pretty cool. And I don't know if Ludmilla, if you use that, but I know you guys when you do stuff for youth and kids, and I thought it was a really sweet idea just to easily make storybooks and kids content. And I'm just loving that whole space. And for like teachers or kindy could make like a little book for the kids or something cute like that. And yeah, I like things like that.
I made one in Canva. I use Canva for that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, Canva's good too. Yeah, there's a whole Canva story thing, wasn't there, as well? But I thought that was super cute. Like I gave it a brief, and like under 2 minutes, you've given it a prompt, spat out a story, and I was like, great, that's perfect. If that's all what you want is a cute little story about making your little girl eat veggies or something. It was really cute. And yeah, it was awesome. So no, I really appreciated that tip and things like that. But
Yeah, thanks, Denise. I tried it for my niece. It was hilarious. The first time she watched it, like my sister was too tired, so she just pressed play. So she played it twice and she went to bed. And I was quite concerned because her face didn't light up. And she was like, yeah, thank you for the story. But like, yeah, like kind of like she just watched TV or something. So I was like really debating with my sister, what are we gonna do? She didn't like that. Her face didn't light up. There was no report. She just went out to bed. She said she liked it, but she really liked it. And then she came back yesterday and then she was like, okay, yeah, let's read the story. So I said, okay, this time we're not pressing play. We have to read it because otherwise it's just weird. And then so I started reading. Then she said, no, I'm going to read it now. She's like about coming. She's going to be 5 next month. So then she starts reading it. But I was like, she reading it or she memorized it? So I think she's like part memorized it, part was reading, and like she could see from the images. And I put two versions, like one with her actual nickname, and then one like that was safe for the web where I changed the names because her mother's like really particular that way. Um, and then she recognized her mother, and then it was like, and I gave her mother a short name, and she's like, yeah, my mother with a pixie haircut. So it was like hilarious. So, but it was since it was her story that she sent me a few months ago, and I just like fed it in and then spat it back out. She really liked it. So, but yeah, it was cute. So today was much better. I was like, phew. I thought I killed the book experience, but it's like, no. And my mother like said, "Oh, well done. We can like make money out of this." And I was like, "I just wrote a paragraph. I don't think I can make money out of writing a paragraph." And like getting a full-blown book.
You
I was
can.
like,
Sure you can.
Maybe you can. Yeah, I'm like, how do we monetize this? When it's only a
that's true.
5 minute pay, I was like, yeah, sure, someone can pay us to do that. 5 minute job.
I,
Uh,
I probably have to tell Amazon, yeah, it was my idea, but the rest was I didn't do the rest, the heavy lifting. It was already done for me.
yeah. Oh, like there's people that make AI books on Amazon, and they're like written by, they put the author, ChatGPT, supported by
Yeah, they do that.
author
They
name. I was
totally
like,
do
at least
that.
you're being honest. Yeah. Yeah. Written by. But it's a bit of it. Ah,
Fair enough. Mhm.
yes. Oh no, the other app was it's an automation one. It looked really cool. Gene something. Oh my God, I'm trying to find it in my browser for you because it was all about so a friend of
Jen Spark?
mine, it's not Genescape something. She
Jen
worked
Spark?
GeneSpark, is that it? I like God, I swear I had it
Like
open.
another
Oh,
Manus?
yeah, I use that all the time. It's like the Manitou.
Um,
What does it do? And what might be
it's
able to
sort
help
of
you?
her one was about automating they work in data and insights. So they wanted to draw a lot of do research, data analysis, draw out insights and summaries and things like that. It also did automating staff onboarding, automate like if you're at a workplace. Oh, it wasn't GeneSpark. I see the agent. It wasn't that. It was another one. Where is it in my browser? I've got 4 windows open and I had it pinned somewhere to show you guys. No, I'll see if I can edit in school, but I thought it was quite smart because if as employees or workplaces that they had this kind of, you could use it for employee onboarding and summaries and really cool things like that. So I thought, oh, that was pretty cool. Um,
Oh,
anyways,
that's
I
so
don't want to
cool.
waste
Sounds
your
like
time now. I
very
can't find
cool.
it, but and there's also a new site that I'm testing called Apollo for lead gen, and I'm testing out how legit it is.
Oh,
It looks
it's good. That's the one I mentioned at the
good.
beginning
Yeah.
when you're talking about like LinkedIn. It works really well with LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's the one you said, yes. I'm looking at Apollo, and then I found another dodgy one called leadmesh.io, which it can scrape your Apollo search, and it's like get 1,000 leads for $3. Unauthenticated leads. I was like,
Ah,
yeah, it's a bit it's a bit dodgy for me. Um, but there's all
ah.
these, yeah. So, but Apollo looks all right. So I'm testing that and seeing if I can get some more leads in that way. I can't find that other app. Sorry, guys. It'll probably turn up as soon as I jump off this call, um,
Yeah.
knowing me, and then I'll share it with you. I just thought it was cool because it seemed to do a lot of smart things, but particularly for it was like enterprise for like workplace and things like that.
Oh, and then Minimax has an agent now.
Many mix.
Um, that they've just started. So, which is cool because you can kind of like monetize it. If you create something, other people can remix it and you get like 100 credits. So that was
That
pretty
was the
cool.
video platform, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they have separate sections. So they have like an audio section, they have like an LLM they built as well. And then now they have like an agent section. Um, yeah, so they have like video, image, audio. The audio is kind of like 11 Labs type thing. Yeah.
I'm checking the text from um, Glean.
Mm.
Ah,
Okay.
Glean. Glean.
Sounds
Glean
familiar.
AI is her software, so they use it for work on AI platform for agents, assistants, and search, find, create, and automate anything for your enterprise's data. So pretty much search your entire enterprise intranet probably, and then draw out insights and spit them out, sort of thing.
Awesome. Cool.
Glean.com. So yeah, I think that was it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, again, for good for companies and enterprise, but I'm sure it's got wider use cases as well. But yeah, that was a new one I came across.
These are all pretty cool, but doesn't Go High Level already do a lot of the stuff that you're trying to do? Are you using it to capacity? Because it's got all that stuff built in.
It might have some functions that I'm not aware of. I know it does some AI, but sort of hit and miss. I know that we're just using it as a CRM, funnels, email automation. You can put all your social media content in there and schedule everything from there. And you can join your WhatsApp, and it's got a community and courses. So I know it does those pieces. It also does have an app area. You can build your own app. I'm not sure how good that is. So it does have some AI functionality that I'm trying to explore and understand better so that we can use it to its whole potential. I don't know if you know any more about it than I do, but I'm trying to learn from our agency and just see what other things we can utilize in there, be a bit smarter about it. For sure. Yeah. But that's all I had for you guys. That's what I've been doing. Anything else from
I was just wondering, how does Signal differ from being like one of the experts, or is it just like for creatives only?
the Signal initiative?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
honestly, you have to talk to Rachel about that one. It's her and Nina have created that. Really, I think they're just aimed at it being a community for creatives. So if you're a creative in our community and you particularly focused on selling your art online, you would want to join that as
Okay,
a
cool.
little hub, a community. So it's not for the rest of us, but they're focused on women creatives
Okay, cool.
who are just creating art, if that answers your question. Yeah.
I meant like versus like being on the list of like experts who like create art for business
Um,
type thing.
yeah, good question. So our list of experts under the agency and education roster, that's a central list of the people who want to engage with us, how to say, at either doing consulting in the agency or actually doing courses or working with clients. Whereas I think the point of Signal is they just want to be in a little group and talk about art. So they've got a LinkedIn group and they're just women that want to share their art and like each other's stuff. And they
Okay,
can
cool.
sort
Then
of
I
that really, but when it comes to any creatives in our community that actually want to deploy a course or a training or a workshop or facilitation or work under our agency, that would be under the agency and the academy. That's what we're engaging in. But this one's more like they wanted a community where they can just chat and share and talk about art and stuff.
okay. All right, that makes sense now. Thank you.
Yeah. So if anyone is asking, that's just like a little subgroup. But the agency and the academy are our two driving arms of the business that people will be engaged in for commercial purposes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah. Anything else, guys? I know we've come to time. A little bit of a random chat today, but sometimes we like random chats and just
Yes.
covering off lots of things.
I have a quick question. How would I the way to find information or link to whatever's going on in this fashion competition? Something I lost all the links.
Oh yeah, well for sure. I'll just drop it in the chat now. You can find it on our website, Shesai Fashion Awards. It's under Fashion Awards on our website. I'll drop the URL in the chat
On the
right
web.
now.
Mhm.
That's the landing page about the competition. All the information is sort of on the landing page. that should
Mhm.
answer most questions. So that's probably where you want to start. That should definitely help. And then if you've got any more questions from there, just drop a note or email to us and we can help from
Okay.
um,
Yeah, I see it right now. Thank you.
cool. Yeah, awesome.
Are you participating in the fashion show and the competition?
The staff aren't because we're running it, so we're sort of taking ourselves out of the running because it like the clause in a competition, employees and staff of this company are not eligible for this competition, so we won't be competing. So from that respect, no, we're not competing. The only ones who are Meg and Wildy, who are ambassadors, and they're entering, but they're also being our people that are doing the podcast and like doing influencer content, UGC and stuff like that. From the perspective, they're not judging, they're sort of entering and showing people behind the scenes and what they're doing and how it is, and like a walkthrough of the whole competition and sharing content from their perspective as entrants, and doing some interviews and some other fun content. So that's quite cool that they're doing that as well. But they then remove themselves from judging because that would not then be impartial. So the judges are just judges, and us staff are just facilitating the initiative. We're not entering. And then we have some software partners who have come on board for providing the software or mentorship or education and things like that as well. So yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. We've got some amazing entries. Like some people have got some really amazing like entries, and their work is like wow, very cool. So it'd be really interesting to see as they all come in, like different people's styles and incredible creativity and things like that. It's open to everybody. We don't expect pros. We want to find emerging talent and untapped people that are out there that have talent that we haven't even seen yet in the world, and discover who might want to enter and create something cool. You know, we've got a couple of people that are like, oh my God, am I good enough? I'm too shy to enter this. And we looked at their stuff and I was like, oh my God, please enter. Like, you're like gonna win. I don't know, but like their stuff's amazing. And I was like, please don't doubt yourself, just enter. This is amazing. And they're like, oh my God, here you go, you're sure? Like, and then it's what we want. We want to be like, oh my God, you guys can enter. Your stuff's good enough. It's incredible. Like, put yourself out there and just do it. Yeah.
Oh, so does the semi-finalist round start on the 15th?
The entries are still open, and then we will go through judging. If there's a date that hasn't been updated on the landing page, we'll have to correct that. So we've moved it up a little bit. So there will be a kind of when it's open for August, September, then we're going to do a judging period, and then that will be a semi-finalist round. So it's probably just going to be pushed back a little bit. I'll have to adjust those dates, obviously, on that page
Yes,
and just correct
because I
those.
have yet to put my stuff in, but I did pay to enter.
Yes, you
I was
did.
like, because I was like,
Oh.
thank you.
Yep, get in there. You've got time. You've got time. But look, let's say I don't know, a month. I think till probably late September when I think that when
Yeah,
entries are
September
open.
next week. I'll be doing this next weekend. I'll
Yes,
be doing this on the weekend then.
September next week. So let's say you've got a few weeks. So yeah, get in there. All you need to do submit first round is 5 images that best represent your collection or your style. And the instructions on the landing page, I know that some people said, oh, I don't understand what they're asking for. Really just if you're putting a collection of shoes, put an image that's really going to put the shoe front and center in the image, make it pop, right? If you've got a collection of dresses, we just want to see that dress on a model standing up, like probably, or on a runway, or someone in a dress standing in a field because that's their collection. Like brilliant, just show off your pieces in the best way possible. That 5 pictures that sort of personify your collection. Then when you go through the finalist round, then that will be the part where you'll submit a sketch, a mood board, like 20 or 30 images, a bit more about your collection and things like that. So you are pretending that you're preparing your collection to go to runway. You've got a selection of pieces that you're preparing. You've got your sketches there on the wall. You've kind of bringing your collection together. So that will be the next phase. I think some people said that they needed all that up front and they weren't quite sure. So literally just have a bunch of images, get your collection, get 5 that you're like, yep, that's me. Just submit those. That's all we need for the first round, and you guys have got a few weeks to do that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, if that helps. So there's a lot on the landing page, but I've just boiled it down to that for you, so to keep it real simple. But
Okay, so that's five images for each
if you're
category.
entering multiple categories, that will be 5 images per category. So you enter once in red carpet, 5 images. Once for streetwear, 5 images, for example.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So that, yeah, that helps. Yeah, good questions. Anything else? Otherwise, we should go have lunch or dinner, whatever the time is.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
bedtime.
I do have a question that's personal. Can I, when everyone else leaves, I just want to ask you.
Okay.
All
All right.
right.
Bye-bye.
Oh, well, we'll let you guys go. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you for coming.
Okay, bye everyone. Have a
Bye.
great day.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay.
My quick question was, Wayne told me we're not going to use my song for the fashion show, so I won't get any money. And I'm feeling like,
Oh,
what? So I'm
really?
not getting any money.
What? When
So
did
that
he
kind
say
of hurt my
that?
feelings.
When did he say
A couple of things ago,
that? Hey?
like,
No, I don't think
so,
that's the case. He might
so I
be,
will get money because I'm nervous because I'm like, I'm doing all this stuff. That was the only thing I was hoping for some
he
money.
might be confused. I don't know why he said that. I wasn't aware. Um, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
no, you sure? I don't know what he's talking about. Honestly, I have
Yeah,
to
that kind of
ask him
sucks.
to check that and correct that. Yeah, I think your song is like front and center at the fashion show is the whole point.
Okay.
It's what we've
Okay.
been talking about. It's going to be like a highlight of the whole thing.
Okay. So I will get something. And then,
Yeah.
okay. That was my
I
only
don't know. I
question.
don't know what he might have been thinking about something else. That's very funny. No, for sure. How we want to put that front and center and honor that. Yeah, for sure. So no, please don't be concerned about that. And we've also got your little thread song that you made for the actual fashion like content pieces. We've got those reels and those are going out. So that's
I've seen those.
yeah, so that's super cool as well. Love those. So that's going out, and yeah, our whole intention of the plan was to have that song be there in
Yeah,
front.
I was just
I'm not
looking
sure
at
what
this.
he's
I don't know, but
did.
I was kind of like, I need it now. Like I'm doing a lot of stuff. And I was like, that was the only thing I was asking for back. Oh, I
Of
just needed it.
course,
Okay, that's all
of
I needed.
course. No, please, you know, we want to honor that for sure. And look, if there's anything else that you think we can monetize on your behalf or something that you want to sell or upsell or offer, please let us know because we're here to just help, you know, everyone hopefully raise money and get some clients and amplify your work. So please, if there's something else we can do or promote, you know, we're really open to, yeah.
I'm gonna start doing courses. I might start my own community probably because I have a different style. And then
Cool.
point people in the direction. But yeah, I don't want to take your time. I know it's lunchtime
Oh,
for you.
goodness. Yeah,
But thank
no,
you for answering. That
that's
was
cool, hun. Yeah, no worries. And we're always here to talk. And I'll just say to Wayne, what were you talking about? I'm not sure, but please don't worry about that or anything. Yeah.
okay.
No,
Thank
that's
you.
cool. And I'll make sure I get these video links to you. I know that's on my list to finish that and get this marketing content all together. By today is like Tuesday, right? This Wednesday. Oh my God, Wednesday. So by the end of this week, like that's this week's job to help you get that pulled together, right? So yeah.
I'll be done.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll talk soon.
All right.
Okay,
Okay.
see you.
Bye.